go. This is, I believe, a personal best with live streams in a week. I have hit 5 live streams. I have posted, I don't know, like 15 shorts now, if you guys want to watch them. Some, I'm sure, are certainly bad. Other ones, I am not so sure. I did one that I thought was pretty punny. I don't know if it's technically a pun. It was kind of cheesy. It was about, Socrates, who I'm not even sure people know anymore. Anyways, it's whatever. I'm not going to rehash one that clearly people are not enjoying. That wouldn't make any sense. I am driving through the rain this morning. It calmed down just as I was going live. Still raining, but it did calm down. It was pretty crazy for a minute. I was concerned you guys wouldn't be able to hear me well, to be honest with you. That was a concern for sure. But yeah, no, it's good now. There was all kinds of lightning and thunder. It was nuts. But yeah, I was driving my 4-year-old out to the sitter, and he'd never heard Garth Brooks' Thunder Rolls, I believe it's what it's called. So I looked it up and played it for him while it was thundering and lightning, because he was enjoying that, and he loved it. Back before country died. I gave up on country years ago, basically after the 90s. Just became pop music. I'm okay with a pop song here and there, which means there's probably a country song here and there, but there used to be like good country. I used to listen to country when I was a kid, like Willie Nelson, Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire, Dolly Parton, fucking Johnny Cash, of course, and Chris Christopherson, and like the legends. And like no one makes music like that anymore. No one. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. We need that kind of like country back. Everyone thinks I just hate all country, and it's like no, there's just kind of a cutoff point. And I don't know, people just don't get it. They think I'm just being a hater, but I'm not. You can't know how good country can be and then listen to what's out there today and tell me it's good. You just can't. You can't. It's fucking pop music with an accent. That's all it is. If you think it's something more than that, you're a fool. And some of these country songs should be wiped off the face of the earth. I guess that is true with all genres. But that fucking pontoon song, that song is shit. That's one of the worst songs I've ever heard. On a pontoon. I don't know how to make music. No, I don't. And I know I'm probably losing fans, probably pissing people off. Well, I don't care. If you think that fucking pontoon song is good, then you probably shouldn't be here. Or the Red Solo Cup thing? What the even is that? Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Proceed to party. No, stupid song. The fuck? It's just dudes singing about having beer and drinking at a party. Like the music itself isn't even good. It's just do 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 do. It reminds me of a fucking you put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in, and you shake it all about. Like it should be a kid's song, fun family song with that rhythm. Like I don't know. Anyways, I could rant about today's country all day long, but that's not why you guys are here. You're here for the update on saving our channel. Saving our channel. We need those legitimate watch time hours. I keep saying save our channel. We're just saving monetization because we need monetization. I did glance at my phone for a moment. I'm still driving safely, and I saw that someone donated $1, super chatted $1. I appreciate it. Awesome. Drop a comment after this if there's something you wanted to say or get my attention with. I will eventually rewatch the live stream I do rewatch live streams and read through the comments, but I can't respond to those, which is why I say drop a comment when I'm doing these driving ones, because I don't want to wreck. I don't want to wreck my car. That would suck. Especially doing a YouTube live stream, because it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be on the news and everything, and people will be bitching and complaining. I'm actually concerned about wrecking my car just naturally. Like, not me. Someone T-boned me or some shit, and then people are going to blame me because I was live streaming. And I'd be like, no one... You probably see cars passing me every time I live stream. I'm the only person I know that refuses to go more than 3 over the speed limit. And I cruise control. I'm addicted to cruise control. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're a nerd, man. You're just, what? You only go 3 over? What's wrong with you? First off, I've done the math. You ain't saving that much time unless you're driving across the country. Secondly, in 2005, on July 4th, I received my one and only speeding ticket. And before that, I didn't care about speed, and I was speeding everywhere. And then I got the bill, and it was like $130. And I was like, oh shit, this is what it costs to speed? I don't like speeding that much. So now I just don't speed, because not because I have some like hatred towards people who do or whatever. It is dangerous to go too fast, but because it's not worth $130 to me. Sorry, just not. And I know there are some places that'll pull you over even if you're going 5 over, but I haven't really heard of anyone pulling you over for 3 over. I mean, at that point, you just have a cool story to tell people, so maybe that's worth $130. I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. $130, just stupid. Stupid, ridiculous. Of course, I never go over 25 in a school zone. You know. Unless there's a bunch of kids in the road, then I'm going 80. No, I'm just kidding. But that does get you bonus points. Those are bonus points. Have you guys seen Death Race 2000, the original? The original Death Race? It had that guy from the Kung Fu series, Carradine or whatever, starred in it. And literally, he was driving around. And unlike the Jason Statham movie where it's like criminals inside of a track or whatever, they're going through like suburbs or wherever the hell they're at, towns, and he collects points based on who he runs over. Like old people are worth a certain amount of points. Kids are worth a certain amount of points. I think it's a ton of points, I think, for like hitting a pregnant lady or some shit. And you want to get the most points because otherwise I think everyone dies. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's a fucked up movie. And when they redid it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're redoing that. Like, that's a fucked up movie. And then they didn't even do any of that. I was like, oh, damn. I can't believe I'm let down that they're not running over pregnant people and old people and kids. Like, it felt weird. Like, what are you doing to me? Not that I want to see that happen per se, but it's like, if you're going to remake a movie, shouldn't you, like, put the name on it? You're going to use the name and the idea, but then you're not even going to execute a big part of what it was all about. Like, that was the thing. That was the shock thing. Winning a race or whatever has been done. Being the last one to survive has been done. Having to go out on the streets and run people over so you can collect points to win, that's been done, sure, but it's that movie. It's that movie that did it. Like back in the 70s. Anyways, I get it. I have a pet peeve sometimes. I'm okay with remakes. A lot of people are anti-remake. I'll get into it in a minute why I'm pro-remake. But if you're going to remake something, you got to do the pivotal shit. You know what I mean? About it when James Cameron redid and made a live-action version of Pocahontas, he stuck to the basic storyline. Yeah, he made it about an alien planet and called it Avatar and, you know, all that stuff. But it still had that whole idea of white man coming to a foreign land, acting like he owns the shit, wanting to dig it up to get all that precious oil or unattainium or whatever the hell it is, you know, and white guy falls in love with, you know, the indigenous people, you know, one of them, and then ends up basically like joining them and everything. It's Pocahontas. Pocahontas, so Avatar even had that magical tree. Like, just like Pocahontas. See, James Cameron knows how to do a remake. So when he went out and had the goal of remaking Pocahontas and giving it a twist, but not going away from the source material, he killed it. He killed it. I haven't seen Avatar 2 yet, but I have seen Pocahontas 2, and I'm really curious to see what he does in it. I'm assuming it matches up with that, considering it was a Pocahontas movie, so I'm curious where we go along the line of Pocahontas. You know, so we'll figure that out. But back to my point about remakes. You hear people all the time bitching about, oh, they have too many remakes, they have you know, too many superhero movies, you know, too many of these unoriginal ideas. And I used to agree with that. I used to subscribe to that idea, and I would even bitch about it out loud myself. Hell, you might even find some of my old videos, depending on how long ago I changed my mind, where I bitch about it. But here's the thing, I had an epiphany one day, and that was thinking back when I was a kid in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you were lucky, like, there was few times throughout the year where 2 movies would come out in a week that you gave 2 shits about. And you had like maybe, I don't know, what, 20 movies all year or something, maybe less, that were even like not a B movie, not like something you don't give a shit about. And that was it. So it's not hard to come up with 20 original ideas in a year. But now they're putting out fucking 5 to 10 movies a week. Like, we're getting like 100 movies plus every single year. So even if fucking 75% of the stuff coming out is remakes and sequels and superheroes and all that other shit, there are still more original ideas coming out every year than there were back then. Way more. We're probably getting more original ideas in a year than we did in 5 years back in the day. So people want to talk about back in the day, it was all about original ideas. Don't forget how spoiled we are with content. We have so much stuff. And we're not even talking about fucking TV shows and shit too. Like, how many original ideas are there with TV shows? So many. And people who aren't sitting there looking at a lot of these television shows or series the same way they look at movies are making a mistake. Because if you don't think Game of Thrones is better than most movies, I mean, we can't even have a conversation. Whether you like the last 2 seasons or not, it's better than most movies. And it's an original idea. It's based on a freaking original book. You know, like, there you go. Or fucking Breaking Bad. Nah, that never been done before. You know, so there's plenty of original ideas is my point. And I completely changed my opinion on all that once I had that epiphany. There is just so much stuff coming out. It's kind of like when people say, if you take inflation into consideration, the most successful movie of all time would easily be Gone with the Wind. What they don't tell you is like 3 movies probably went to the theater that year, and Gone with the Wind was in the theater for like 2 fucking years. What movie stays in the theater that long? Like, none. But it's because there wasn't a bunch of fucking movies coming out. So, like, that shit's fucked up too. If you look at today's movies in the saturated market and you see a movie that makes $1 billion, think about how impressive that is, considering all the competition. It's fucking crazy. And then they re-release the same exact movie sometimes just to get to the next level. I don't know how that counts. Like, when he re-released Avatar after the Avengers passed up Avatar to get past it, I don't know. It seems a little shady. Seems like there should be an asterisk. But I think Endgame did the same thing, though. Didn't they, like, re-release it for a minute? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. But yeah, you got to open your eyes a little bit. You got to look at the depth. You got to look and see. Ask yourself questions when you have an opinion. Can you poke holes in it? That's what you got to do. Every opinion or belief you have, you should stop for a moment and build an argument to the contrary as best as you can, as if you're really trying to convince yourself otherwise. And then see if it makes sense. Because a lot of times we don't do that. We just take stuff at its surface and we just have that opinion because it makes sense. And then we just stick with it. That's what I did when I started hearing people say that, you know, all these sequels, all these remakes, you know, there's no original ideas. I was like, that makes sense, because there are a lot of remakes and sequels. So I'm sitting there subscribing to the idea that there are too many and that there are no original ideas. And then I think about it and think about the other side of it, like, wait a second, are there? Hold on. And then I do the math and I'm like, wait a second. So you should do this with all your beliefs, for sure. Probably frequently. Stop and just question them. You should question everything, really. Not like, I'm not talking about like in a miserable way. Like, I don't know if I can trust you, you know, is this reality? I mean, maybe question reality, but not if it's going to make you depressed. You get my point. I've changed a lot of my beliefs over the years simply by re-examining them every now and again to make sure that they're true, that they make sense. Because I don't want to look like an idiot if things pass me by. You can't be afraid of change. It's a big problem in America. I know not everyone who watches my channel is from America, but that there is probably the biggest issue with people in America, in my opinion. And if you're sitting there thinking, no, there's bigger issues, let me ask you a question. Stop for a moment. Are those bigger issues, can you connect them to the idea of change? Of that person changing something, a habit, whatever it is? Because I bet you can. That everything stems back to people not wanting to change things, which I understand. I get it. You know, we let our subconscious drive most of the time. It's right there taking control of our lives and everything. We just trust it. So everything we do is just based on those internal beliefs, and we're not using our conscious brain to actually think about anything. So then when you say, oh, we got to institute change, well, to change, you're going to have to think about it. You're going to have to be conscious of it. And that's work. Subconscious is easy. You don't even have to do anything. But consciousness, that's the thing that takes a lot of your subconscious beliefs. You got to just believe by repeating it and reading it, doing it, everything over and over and over. So people hate that. People fucking hate it. It's why they've drugged their feet for the last, 200 years. It's so hard to get people to want to just progress in a positive way, because well, my parents did it this way and their parents did it this way and I'm gonna do it this way. What are you talking about? My mom, one thing she did instill into my brain as a child was, and I mean maybe her bar was a little low, but at least this was positive, but she said her goal as a parent was just to do better than her parents. If she can do that, then she knows she's, it's improving. And she wanted my goal to do better than her. And her idea was, if we continue to do that on and on and on, then damn, at some point, you're going to have some pretty awesome, amazing parents. And I think you can take that kind of idea and apply it to every ideology out there. We should constantly be trying to make it better. Why not? Every belief out there. Why not? You don't think you can make whatever religion you have better? You're a fool. I don't know every religion. I know Christianity pretty well. I'm agnostic myself. Don't like the term atheist. Ricky Gervais had a good thing where he said the term atheist shouldn't exist because we don't have terms for anything else when someone doesn't believe in something. Like, I think he said there's no term for people who don't believe in ghosts, like you're not going around going, oh, you anti-ghost person, whatever. Like, you shouldn't have a term for people who don't believe in something. They're just people. You have the term. You're the one who's a Christian. You're the one who needs terminology. So even saying agnostic, I'm not a big fan. I just, the real answer is, do you believe in my belief is what you should ask. And I should go, no. Anyways, back to my point though. How much in Christianity do all Christians not even believe anymore? You think women are property? You think slaves should be owned? So we do it sometimes. Sometimes we're okay with it. But I feel like more and more and more, the further we get into time, I guess, people are just getting more and more stuck in ways and less willing to make a change. People are anti-adding states to the United States because they think that there's been 50 states for 200 years, and they don't realize that we added Hawaii and Alaska or whatever back in like the 50s, not even that long ago. People are crazy. I'm ranting about stupid shit again. I apologize. Obviously, this morning I'm bouncing all over the place. So, at least I'm doing better. I mean, some of the other live streams I'm just like, that I did recently, still trying to get back in the flow, And I was just mostly talking about the channel, the watch time, which we do need to focus on. Need you guys to help me with that watch time. We're doing good though, guys. Like, I've gained 120 hours of watch time in a week. Like, that's good. It's not enough to get us to the 4,000 within 30 days, but it's the first week. If we can double that each week, I think we're there, right? So 120, 240, 480. Nah, we're still not there. It's 1,000. We're gonna have to more than double. We're probably not hitting it, guys. Probably getting demonetized. I'm not pumped about it. I've been fucking monetized since 2015, and I took a hiatus for a couple of years. Whatever. I feel like if I'm putting the effort out there again, they should give me a second. 30 days is a really short amount of time to make up for the first 11 months where I didn't post anything. And I didn't know that rule existed, where if you didn't do anything for a while, you could possibly lose monetization. So it's fine though, because you know what? I'm going to get it back before the year's out. Before the year's out. If they take it from me, fine. I'm going to get it back before 2024. Watch me. Because I'm not going to stop. At the end of the 30 days, whether I stay monetized or not, I'm not going to stop posting stuff. I'm feeling really good right now, guys. Really good. Especially the shorts. Videos are still hard for me. I wish I would have thought of shorts when they first put them out there, because it would have been a great way to keep some views and stuff coming in. And also a good way to continue to connect with you guys and everything. Again, I stopped making videos for the most part because I don't like editing videos on my phone, and my computer went kaput. Kaput. What am I, freaking English? Some British dude? The fuck? Anywho, I do want to make more videos though. I'll probably throw together a shorts compilation at some point. I told my 16-year-old that, and he's like, ugh. I'm like, what? Not everyone's going to go watch the shorts. They get a little video of them all added together. No, I feel like I'm making Vines again. Honestly, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm making Vines. And that's what I like about it. Because Vine was like, it wasn't so serious. It didn't have to be some super edited situation. It was just people having fun, doing goofy ideas, and like supporting each other. And it was cool. It was cool. Again, that's where I got my start. It was in the Vine world, people. The Vine world. And then I moved over to YouTube because, you know, rest in peace, Vine. You know, I continued to hope for a few years after it went away that it would come back. Anyways, YouTube feels way more like Vine than TikTok. TikTok's like a hybrid of YouTube videos and Vine, I feel like. And, you know, honestly, TikTok's too much about trends. I know that exists everywhere, but damn, it's about trends. So much about trends. And I like doing original stuff, even if that means that it's a 1 out of 10 in quality. Like, that's not funny at all. I'm like, okay, but I bet you haven't heard anyone else say it. That's what I'm trying to do. Even though I know I probably repeat some people's jokes. It's impossible to know everybody's jokes. But I try to be as unique as possible because it's fun. I remember in high school, you know, when you're young, you're still finding yourself as a comedian, or I think it's everybody. Everybody's just trying to find their sense of humor, if you will. And I would just sit there and be myself for the most part, and people started calling me random, like, oh, you're hilarious, it's so random, and they loved it because of that, and made me feel really good. And I just leaned into that like the rest of my life. So that, of course, once Vine came out, I started being random on YouTube, random everywhere else. I did prove, though, that I could do what other people do and be successful. Just go and look at the rice gum videos, you know, and all that shit. Like, I can do it. I can sit there and make videos about other people and just do the trends and probably grow. But I don't know, man. It didn't feel genuine. And it didn't feel fun. And I want my stuff to feel genuine and fun. I don't want it to feel forced. And I was going to force it over the next 30 days, but I'm telling you, these shorts have really switched it up for me to where I don't feel like I'm forcing anything. Anyways, I am at work, so I thank you guys so much for joining in. Again, I'm planning on either Friday or Saturday, whichever one lines up better, to do a nighttime live stream, one where I can be at home, I can comment with you guys, talk, chat, all that fun stuff. I mean, I don't know how to let you guys, I mean, I'll try to post something on the community tab when I know. I'll at least give a few hours heads up. If I know a few hours in advance, I don't always, but I'll try. And then hopefully you guys can join in. All right. Well, other than that, thank you guys so much for joining me. You guys are awesome, amazing Gator Nights. And no matter what happens on the channel, I appreciate you guys sticking around, especially those OGs that have been here since before the hiatus, or even as far back as iDubbbz. You guys are awesome. And a big reason why I do this. You know, I'm the main reason I do it, but you guys are right there, close second. So thanks again. Love you guys. You're amazing. And have a wonderful, amazing day. As always, I've been the Gator, and you've been great. Peace out, friends.